If you're looking to build a lifestyle business in the land flipping space, then this video is for you. Now look, not everybody comes into real estate and wants to build a multi-7-figure business. Some people come in and want to make a decent amount of money on the side, but really what they're looking for is freedom. And that's my favorite thing about the land flipping business is there's a world for both. If you wanted to come in and make multi-7 figures or 8 figures a year, go do that, go build that business. If you wanted to come in and make 50 grand a year and work very little, go do that. There's a world where you can do both. There's a business for both. Well, what attracted me most about the land flipping space is the lifestyle side of things. I wanted to go and make a healthy amount of money, but really what I wanted was freedom. I wanted the freedom to spend the time with my family, to do whatever I want, to hang out with my kids, to travel when I want. I want to be able to work when I want. That's what attracted me to the land space. So if you're looking for something similar, if you're not looking to go build an 8-figure business, but you're looking for a lifestyle business, something where you can make 500 grand a year, 400 grand a year and work very little, then watch this video because that's exactly what I'm about to show you. Now, in the land flipping world, our marketing is done typically through 3 main marketing channels. We have direct mail, we have cold calling, and cold texting. Now, there's a business for all 3. If you want to build a business specifically off direct mail, do that. If you like cold calling or cold texting, do that. In this video, I want to talk about direct mail. I think it's the easiest marketing channel to build our business off of. I also think it's the simplest. So when we talk about building a lifestyle business, if we want to start implementing cold calling or cold texting, well, a lot of times that means employees. And employees, in my mind, are headaches, right? We've built cold texting systems, we've built cold calling systems, we've built teams around both of those. And what I found was, yes, they were extremely profitable, but they also bring a lot of headaches because it brings employees, and a lot of times employees can bring headaches. So if we're looking for a lifestyle business, direct mail is usually the easiest method to get that. So really quickly, let's break down the numbers in the land flipping space around the deals that we can expect from direct mail. So in our direct mail, we're going to send 2 pieces of paper. The first is a cover letter, explains who we are, why they want to work with us, what we can bring to the table, just an introduction to why they should work with us. And the second page is a purchase agreement. And if you want a copy of the purchase agreement we use, head on over to landflippingsimplified.com/PA. You can download the exact purchase agreement we use in our business. But it's those 2 papers, a cover letter and a purchase agreement. The cover letter is going to have a picture of us, it's going to have some colors, it's going to make it pop. We want to stand out from every other investor out there. And the purchase agreement, again, for simplicity, if a seller wants to sign right there on the spot, they can. They can sign that agreement, mail it back to us. They can take a picture and email it or text it back to us. And now we've got a deal. This is the beauty of direct mail. It's simple. We don't have to deal with negotiating back and forth on price and our cold caller said this, so now we have to say that, or our cold texter said this, and now we have to negotiate. None of that. When we do direct mail, the price we put on the offer is the price we're gonna pay. So if I go send a list and everybody's gonna get an offer between 30 and 40,000, because I know in this particular area that those lots sell for 75 to 80,000. Well, when I get an agreement back at 35, 40,000, I know it's a deal. We don't have to haggle on price. What we say is what we're gonna pay, and that's it. We buy the property, we turn around and sell it. Now let's talk about the numbers behind direct mail and why this can create such a good lifestyle. Well, on average, in our business, we get 1 deal for every 4,000 letters. So 4,000 letters go out, we should expect 1 deal back. That doesn't mean every time we send our 4,000th letter, we're getting a deal, but on average, over a year, 1 for every 4,000. Now, every deal we do, we average about $18,000 to $20,000. Now, for those 4,000 letters to get sent out, it costs us about 60 cents per mailer. So for every 4,000 letters we send out, it costs us about $2,400. We should expect to get about 20,000 back on gross profit per deal. Now let's talk about the time it takes to send these letters out. Because again, if we're wanting to build a lifestyle business, I don't want to be working all day, every day. I want to work just enough to make really good money and then do what I want with my time. So for me personally, I can get about 500 letters out in about an hour and a half. But for the purpose of the video, let's call it 2 hours for simple math. So 500 letters in 2 hours. Now, when you first start, you might take 3 hours or 4 hours. As you get better and better, you might get closer to 2 hours and a half, maybe even 1 hour. Now, there are times when I'm pricing mailers and I'm pulling data and I get 1,000 pieces in an hour. It happens. But there's also times where it can take longer. So on average, it takes us 2 hours to get 500 letters. Well, over a week span, if I do 500 letters a day, 2,500 letters a week, that should take me about 10 hours. So 10 hours to get 2,500 letters. Over the course of a month, if I'm gonna send out 10,000 letters, it's gonna take me 40 hours. Well, I just worked what the average person would work in a single work week in a month. I worked 40 hours in 1 month to get 10,000 letters. Now let's work backwards as to what we can expect to make from those 10,000 letters. If we know we're gonna get 1 deal for every 4,000 letters, we should expect 2.5 deals every 10,000 letters. If every deal makes us $20,000, those 10,000 letters should make us about $50,000. So by working 40 hours over the course of a month, which again might sound like a lot, but it's what usually people are gonna do in 1 work week, if not less. 40 hours over the course of a month to get 10,000 letters. Those 10,000 letters make us $50,000. Over the course of a year is $600,000. So by working 40 hours a month, what most people are working in 1 week, if you can send 10,000 letters priced correctly to good markets, you can expect to make about $600,000 in gross profit. Now you may be thinking, I don't need to make $600,000, and that's okay. We can work backwards from here. If we wanna make half of that, let's call it $300,000, everything's gonna be cut in half. The amount of mailers that we send are gonna be cut in half. The amount of time that we're gonna be put in is gonna be cut in half, most importantly, and we can work backwards from there. So we don't necessarily have to be putting in 40 hours a month to make 600 grand a year. We can scale that down. We can also scale it up. If you wanted to make 7 figures, double it. If you wanted to make 8 figures, 10x it. There's a world for both, and that's the beauty of land. So if you're interested in getting into land investing and you want to build a lifestyle business, you can do that. That's the beauty of this space. Now, again, when you first start, it's likely going to take you a little bit longer. Those 500 letters might take you 3, 4, 5 hours to get done. But as you do it more and more and more, you're gonna get significantly better, it's gonna take significantly less time, and you're gonna make significantly more money. Now to take it one step further, if we wanna go past the 10,000 letters while working the same amount of time, we can do what we call remail. It's follow-ups. So let's say last month we mailed 10,000 people. Well, next month, we can mail those same 10,000 people while pulling another list of 10,000 people. We just mailed 20,000 people, but we worked the same amount of time as we did last month. Now, I don't need to say that we're gonna remail every single month, but if we take that list and let's say we remail it in 4 or 5 months, well, when that 4th or 5th month comes and we're still putting in the same amount of time for 10,000 mailers, but now our remail there is we're actually mailing 20,000 with the same amount of time as 10,000. Now we can create more income for ourselves while working the same amount of time. So implementing follow-up campaigns to our mailer are going to increase our gross profit over the course of a year while not necessarily increasing the amount of time that we have to put into our business. Again, this is how I wanted to build the business. I wanted to build a lifestyle business. I didn't want to come into this space making another 8 figures. That's not what I wanted. I wanted the freedom, I wanted the time to hang out with my family, my kids, to travel, to do whatever I wanted. And that's exactly what we've built. If you're interested in learning more, head on over to landflippingsimplified.com. I'm happy to hop on a call with you and see if we can help. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next video.